Boxing truth here. Well, it's finally been announced. The fight we've been anticipating in the heavyweight division for quite some time. It's been months in the making, but Frank Warren was finally able to get it over the line. The management teams of both fighters finally decided to take this challenge, and it's going to be a dynamite heavyweight fight between two up-and-coming heavyweights who are really considered prospects, but they are rated contenders by the world sanctioning bodies. So they're contenders slash prospects vying for a world title shot. Both are relatively early in terms of professional fights. Joyce is much more older, so he's considered the guy with a little bit more experience. Was the guy who was in the Olympics. Dubois is very young but very powerful, has a lot of potential, and he's been on a tear, just leaving a lot of carnage in the ring against nondescript opposition, of course. But hey, when you're a dangerous puncher and heavyweight like Daniel Dubois, no champion is going to cherry pick you for a voluntary title defense. The only way Dubois is going to get his shot is to become a mandatory, and the same goes for Joyce. They're not just going to look to fight these guys. They have to work their way up the rankings and get that mandatory slot. So this is a fight for the winner that will have the opportunity to pursue a lot of bigger opportunities, and the loser will still be there. They'll still be a player in the division. But man, I'm looking forward to this fight. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be a fun night, a really fun fight between these two guys. It's been months in the making. Wasn't sure if this fight was gonna happen, but shout out to Frank for getting this done. It's going to be box office in the UK, so that sucks for UK boxing fans. They're gonna have to pay a little money to watch this fight and event. But honestly, I would rather pay to watch this fight than to pay for Usyk Chisora. I would rather pay to watch this fight than to watch Dylan White take on an old ass Povetkin. That's not a slight towards Eddie Hearn, who did admit this is a good fight, but kind of shitted on it that it was box office. But honestly, I would rather watch this fight, because even though I feel Dubois is going to win hands down, there's still a chance that Joyce could possibly pull off an upset here. I mean, the guy's very strong. He's a juggernaut. He has great conditioning. He's a handful for any heavyweight out there. The only problem is he's very slow. He's very robotic. He doesn't have a great defense, and he's been knocked out before in the amateurs. So Dubois, I feel, is hands down better in every department. Better jab, better boxer. He might have even more power. To me, Dubois is the rising star. He is the young king on the rise. But he's got to get past this test in Joyce. And Joyce is going to provide a stern test. It's going to be a very interesting heavyweight fight. We're going to find out a lot of answers about both guys, especially Daniel Dubois, because Frank Warren sees Dubois as the guy that's going to be the guy to become the next generation of a great heavyweight. The guy that's going to eventually challenge and dethrone the top heavyweights in the game right now, whether that's Fury, whether that's Wilder, whether that's Anthony Joshua. Frank Warren believes this is the guy that's going to take over the torch from those guys. And I see the potential, man. I see a lot of good things about Daniel Dubois. I like him. I like the way he fights. He dispatches of his opponents. He hasn't been matched as good as I would like him to be, but when you got this type of power and this type of threat that you present in the division, it's going to be hard to find the type of opponents, especially any top-rated guys, to fight him if there's nothing on the line. But this is going to be a fun-ass fight, man. Something's going to get knocked out, but I expect Daniel Dubois to knock out Joyce in a firefight and what's going to be a dramatic heavyweight showdown between these two UK heavyweights. So y'all let me know what y'all think, who y'all got. I got Daniel Dubois by knockout, by devastating fashion. Man, I can't wait for this fight. Thank you, Frank. What a fight. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.